Waiting for people to come along. Pulling my notes up on my phone. Hello, good morning to Vera.
Hello,
Hello,
people. How are you? Yeah,
I'm very well. How are you?
good. Thank you.
Excellent. I love your jumper.
Thank you.
Oh, has it got a pretty bird on it? Lovely, lovely colour on you, darling. How have you been?
All good. Yeah. Um, yeah. September, which is quite warm here.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
so enjoying the sunny days, really. I
yeah,
saw I saw your Instagram post that you love autumn as well.
I do. I love the change of seasons. I mean, I love sunshine and I kind of prefer it because, it's a bit, you don't have to carry jackets and umbrellas and everything. But when it does change, I do like it.
Uh-huh.
It's really cloudy and rainy today, but I'm here for it.
hmm
Got my beanie on and my cup of tea and I'm all good. Well, coffee and I'm feeling cozy. So yeah, I love it. What do you love about autumn?
The sunny days, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
This the golden colors. Yeah,
Yeah.
the golden, yellow, orange colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are really vibrant, I think. Yeah. And
Yeah.
also like the memories of school days and I really enjoyed being back at school, back at the days.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's part of it, isn't it? Like your memories associated to it. I remember leaving school and like running straight home to get in our paddling pool in the garden and loving that and having water fights with everyone on the way home from school.
Uh-huh.
But then in the autumn, I remember like getting wet with the cars and being annoyed. But that minute you get in the house and you're like, oh, and you're home and like, the fireplace is on or whatever. Not that we had a real fireplace, but like our little fake heater that we had. It's nice. I love it. And it starts to get Christmassy as well.
True, yeah. Well, yeah, you have this, yeah, I think thoughts in mind like winter is coming.
Yeah, exactly, which I love. I do love
Yeah.
it. Um, Especially since I met my husband, he's very like into Christmas. So now I've got more into Christmas than I used to be. Um, but amazing. Have you had a little look at what we're looking at today?
Sure. Yes,
Fantastic. I thought you might. You're very well prepared. Good. I've just put a little thing in the chat saying that we're on and we're ready to go. It might just be me and you,
absolutely.
babes. But hey, that's good news for us. Okay, fabulous. So let me just see if anyone's message saying anything. Might give it a few more beats. Some people often are a little bit late, aren't they, in this one? Well, in all of them.
Oh, yeah.
No matter how many times I'm like, be on time.
Sunday morning, yeah.
I know, that's the thing, isn't it? It is first thing on a lovely, lazy Sunday morning.
I must say it's a really good start to
Mm.
to have the beginning of Sunday mornings
Oh, do you think?
with your
Oh, I'm
classes.
glad.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah,
much
oh, good.
energy drive, and
Yeah,
especially
it's
with
good.
those.
It makes, yeah, go on. What are you going to say?
Hmm?
Were you going
I,
to say something?
well, no, just English classes are a good start. English classes with you are a good start of Sunday
Ah,
mornings.
Bless you. Thank you, my
Yeah,
love. Have you been enjoying all the other classes? Let's have a little bit of
absolutely,
chat just in case.
absolutely.
Yeah, good. Is there anything, have you had anything that's come up that maybe you want to talk about now or that you've got a question on or even anything that you've just found really like fascinating and really helpful from anyone, from any of the teachers? Has there been anything lately?
No, I think generally, I
Yeah,
think working on the
love it.
intonation, yeah, is really something that I needed. Yeah, so
Yeah,
phonetics as well. Yeah, sure.
yeah, yeah. I do find knowing the phonetics makes it so much easier. Well, I say so much easier. It just, yeah. If you learn that way and it makes sense to you, I think it's really, really helpful. Um, and it's fun as well. I do love learning new weird little things like that. I love the phonetic side of things at drama school. It's brilliant.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Um, Fabulous. Remind me where you're based, Vera.
I'm based in Moscow. Yeah.
Moscow. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
great. That there we are. Miriam is here. We got another one. We got another one coming in. They're coming through hot. They're ready to go. Okay, brilliant. I'll get started. I'll quick catch up with Miriam as well.
Hmm.
Miriam. I wonder if she's darting around this week. Straight on mute. Hello, Miriam.
Hello, Deepa. Hello, Vera.
How are
Nice to
you?
see you. I'm fine, thank you. What about you girls?
Very well, thank you. How about you, Vera?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, all good, really. A sunny day, really.
Beautiful sunny day.
Deepa,
Horrible
it's
rainy
been,
day with me.
Good.
yeah, it seems that it's cold there.
I know it's starting. It was really nice and bright on Friday here, and I was in my shorts with my arms out and everything, making the most of the vitamin D. And now, yeah, I think it's gone forever now in Yorkshire, where I'm based currently. Damn it. But I do like it. I do like it, as I was
Oh.
just explaining to Vera. Um, Brilliant. How's all the other classes been going, Miriam? Is there anything that's come up of late that you've got a question about off the top of your head, or shall we dive into this week?
Actually, no questions.
No questions.
So
Fabulous.
I,
You're ready to rumble. Fabulous. We look a bit thin on
yeah,
the ground today, so that's fine. That means you guys get more time to practice, so happy days. If there is ever anything a little bit more specific, because there is only like just us, I mean, people might come later, I don't know. But don't be afraid to just stop and ask the questions because we'll have more time if it's just us two for us three for the next hour and a bit. So, woohoo, let's do it. So, I sent you in the group chat. I don't know if you've had a little look, Miriam, of the bits and bobs that we're going to look at today. We will do a little bit of a warm up now, just because I'll be honest, guys, I need it as well. It's so good to do. So, let's just do a little bit of a shoulder roll situation. Get those deep breaths happening, shoulders up to those ears, and then back. Really feel those shoulder blades pull. Yep, and adjust your posture. Make sure you're nice and tall. In up to the ears, breathing out, and have a little wiggle. We'll do nice and slow breaths for now. So breathing in. Good, and out. And let that out breath come through your mouth, yeah? I know mouth breathing isn't a particularly pleasant thing, as people say, but when we're doing our voice work, it's good to practice the airflow getting through there. So let's breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in, shoulders up and down. Good. Excellent. And if you've got space, I think you both do, let's get those elbows involved. In, elbows up. Good. And down. Yeah, that's it. Let those hands be floppy. Stroking your cheeks. Lovely. And down. We'll do a few more of those. Picking up the pace a little bit now. Three more. Get the heart rate up. And last one. Oh, lovely. Have a little wiggle, my dears. A little wiggly woo. Gosh, I'm going crazy already. Lovely. Let's just let one ear drop to one shoulder then. And again, I just want you to imagine that you're breathing in and sending that breath to the place that you're stretching, okay? This is just a nice little Relax, release. And really imagine that that head is hanging heavy. You're not trying to hold it up or resist at all. You're really trying to ease into that stretch, okay? Feel that space lengthening. It will only be subtle, but it's really good for your neck and those muscles. Our brains and our heads are so heavy. I think we always underestimate how much work our necks and spine go through every day. So it's really good to let it relax a bit. Good. And very gently, like a balloon, let your head float to the center. Ooh, and just stay central for a minute. Just see if you can feel much difference. See if you can acknowledge the difference there. If there is any, there might not be a great change, but for me, I can feel it. Good. Let's float that head over to the other shoulder. Same thing on the other side. Good. And again, I do find doing these little stretches and warm-ups just help us go into the work with a little bit more of a clearer mind and a reminder that it is a physical task that we're doing. It's mental as well, all that work we're doing on our voice and our accent. Nice deep breaths for me still, easing into that stretch. It just helps us go into it with a bit more of a grounded sense of practice as opposed to a I'm trying to get it all right kind of mindset. Let that head float up to the ceiling, nice and straight like a little balloon. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Just stay central for a moment again. Just have a little feel of the difference. Maybe give yourself a little massage with those fingertips, the pads of your fingertips, just to loosen off that neck. Lovely. Now I'm going to teach you a stretch I've never taught any of us before. This is something that my voice teacher taught me when I did my Still course, which is like a voice model way of teaching that I've trained in. I want you to put your hands on your chest quite gently, and I want you to imagine that your arms are quite heavy, and almost imagine that those hands are pressing down slightly. Okay, we're not trying to stop ourselves breathing, but what we are trying to do is we're going to stretch out this kind of front bit of our neck. Okay, so very gently, I want you to tilt your head backwards while simultaneously almost pulling gently, not too hard, on your chest. And just see if you can feel a bit more of a stretch where your larynx is, where your throat is. And just take some breaths there. Can you feel it, guys? Yeah. And just hover there for a moment, keeping that head nice and light. If you need to adjust your hands, feel free. But just feel that stretch and allow that stretch to happen. Let the out breath help you. You might need to release the jaw a little bit. Don't worry about keeping your mouth closed too much. Also, that might help you stretch it a little bit more if your mouth is closed. Good. And we'll just straighten that head up like a balloon again, straight back to neutral. Well, gently back to neutral. Can you feel that? Can you feel the stretch? It's a really useful one. I found. Let your arms go. Have a little breath. Have a little wiggle. Um, I find I get a lot of tension here. This week in particular has been quite a stressful one for me. When I'm at my laptop working or checking emails, it goes straight into my throat. Doesn't help us with our British accents, with any accent, with speaking in general, right? So that little exercise, again, in like 30 seconds, you can do it at the restroom at work, working from home, while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, and it just realigns your posture a little bit. It's just quite helpful for your throat to lower it again. The higher that larynx gets, the more stressful it is on the body. Anastasia has arrived. Well done. Hello, my dear. We're doing
Hello,
a bit of
hello.
a warm up. Hi. We're doing a bit more of a warm up today because, to be honest, I need it as well. Talking for 2 hours, well, 5 hours straight this afternoon, doing these workshops. So we're just finishing a bit of a warm up. Okay. Are you feeling okay there, Anastasia? Anastasia? If I got it right again, no, Sia. We were talking about this last session. Do you remember?
So I had another friend, British friend, and I asked him just
Yeah.
for fun what he says. So he said that he would say anesthesia, and then I asked him, but what about the medical anesthesia? And he said it's E, like anesthesia, like
Yeah,
that
anesthesia.
subtle difference. Anesthesia, but you are anesthesia, like more like anesthesia,
Yeah, Stas.
and this one is
Stasia. Yeah.
anesthesia.
Yeah,
Anesthesia.
anesthesia. Yeah, what are we doing, eh? But what is it? Tell me again what it is properly.
Anesthesia.
Anesthesia. Yeah?
Yeah. And how do you say anesthesia, which is in hospitals?
Anesthesia.
Yeah, you see, you also make that subtle
Anesthesia.
difference, like
How
anesthesia.
funny! Oh, I bloody love it. Isn't it fascinating? Brilliant. Right. Carrying on with our warm up then. We've done a little bit of a neck and shoulder breath situation. Let's do some pucker and smiling then. So puckering those lips together, smiling. And again, remember to breathe. In your own time, let's pick up the pace a little bit. Now let's get those eyebrows involved as well. Can't really see it with my hat on. Big teeth. Yeah. And let's open those jaws a bit. Crazy smile. And then pucker 'em. Good, guys. Remember to breathe. Excellent. Let that go. Let's do a little bit of a jaw massage then. I'm having a bad hair day, so I put my hat on, but then I can't do these exercises with my hat on. So I want you to get the kind of meaty parts of your hands and your fingertips in your scalp. Let's just give everything up here a little massage. Keep those shoulders relaxed as best you can and your posture tall. Keep that neck long. I've been learning a little bit more about like all the tendons and things all around our head and how that impacts our tension and the way we carry our faces. It's really interesting. It's very good to give yourself like a good little scalp massage every so often, guys. Good. And so with those meaty parts of your hands now, let's release that jaw on an out breath. Let the jaw open. Good. And let the tongue hang heavy. Often in these little nooks here, it might feel extra tight. So just go extra slowly and gently. God, mine is so sore. I need a face physio to help me, I think. Good. A couple more. Letting the jaw hang heavy, tongue hang heavy, eyes droop. Yeah. Lovely. Good stuff. Let's engage the tongue a little bit more then. So let's do the tongue reach. So keeping the tip of the tongue behind the back of your teeth. I want you to stretch the tongue forward, almost like there's a little portrait on the back of your tongue and you're trying to show it off. I'll just demonstrate. Let the jaw drop a little bit if it needs to. Just going to do a repeat of 3 times and then a release back to neutral. Okay, so we're going to go. Release. Uh, 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 release. Uh, good. Release. And on that release, don't think relax necessarily because relaxing and releasing isn't always the same thing. I think relax has more of a mental association behind it. Releasing, I want you to think about without emotion being attached to it, you're just releasing all the muscles that were just working, yeah? So let's try that a few more times. Remember to breathe. Release. Work, 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 release. Work, 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 work. Good. One more time. Work, 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 release. Oh, the things that come up in my brain, eh? Lovely. Well done, guys. Good little stretch. And then let's just do a few little tongue circles. Let's just do 4 in one direction, 4 in the other, just behind the lips. And then we'll go down 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Remember to breathe. Posture strong. Um, Feel the burn. It's really hard to smile and do that at the same time. Excellent. Another reason I do like to do that one in the warm up, guys, as well, is it does make you produce a little bit more saliva. I'm not sure if you're quite aware, but in turn, that will help kind of moisten your vocal folds a little bit. So again, this is all really healthy stuff to be doing for your voices, okay? Not only does it work the tongue and help loosen off any tension there, but like I said, boost that saliva creation and does help the mouth just feel a little bit more ready to work and warmed up. Excellent. Well done. Now, pitch. We are in an intonation class, so the pitch is very important. We're going to be changing it a lot today, okay? So I want you to siren. Does everyone remember how to siren and what I mean when I say sirening? Yes? No? Yeah, kind of. It's the NG sound. I'll very quickly explain. At the end of the word sing or boxing, it's the NG. How useful. I had no idea. It's that NG shape that we're making. I want you to just practice changing the pitch on that NG sound, like so. Hopefully you can hear me. Sing. Can you hear what I'm doing? You'll see I'm not doing much with my mouth. I'm not going really high and really low in pitch. I'm just gently bobbing around just to wake my voice up a little bit. So do that in your own time. Follow my lead. Well, or do it in your own time. And let's just do that together for a minute or so. Sing. And be quite mindful. Really feel where the sound kind of goes as you change the pitch. Sing. Zoom's asking me if I'm playing music again, which I will take as a compliment. You might notice as well, guys, keep practicing while I'm talking, just keep ironing it out. I do use the visual of ironing when I do sirening because I do kind of see it as a bit of an ironing action, which again might help you when you're visualizing it. If you notice there is a bit of a creak that comes up, like as you're changing pitch, there's like this area where you just keep kind of crackling or creaking, we call it. I just want you to keep imagining you're very gently just ironing that out. It's not a problem. It's just a sign where the voice break is in that pitch for you. It's different on everyone. Not everyone will have it, but it is something that can be ironed out over time. So just keep about thinking visually about smoothing it out and allowing it to just be a smooth, gentle, warm ironing out of the vocal folds and your pitch ranges. Okay, so keep going a little bit longer for me. Remember to breathe. Sing. It should be very quiet, very gentle sound, not too loud. Sing. Mine is very creaky today, but it's just a sign I need to do a bit more of a warm up. But we ain't got too much time, so we'll crack on. Well done, my loves. Now let's just very quickly do. I don't know if I sent you the warm up actually. Did I send you? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I just sent you the conducting thing. Good. Let's imagine now we're eating a bumblebee. Horrible, I know, but again, this is very useful for our intonation. And I want you to imagine this bumblebee is able to fly all around your head and your neck and your chest. And I want you to send that sound around with the bumblebee. Okay, so we're just going to very gently do a hum. And I want you to imagine, first of all, that bumblebee is in your mouth, like in where your tongue is. There's a bumblebee right there. Good. And if you need to wiggle around a little bit, feel free. Okay, now we're going to send the bumblebee up to our forehead. Okay, see what happens. Pitch may change, volume might change a little bit, but keeping it gentle. See if you can send that bumblebee to your forehead. Yeah, if it helps to touch it or move it or whatnot, go for it. Now to the top of your head. Good. Now he's going to go over to your left ear. It's a bit of a weird exercise, I know. Stick with him. And over to the right ear. Hello, Bumblebee. Back into the middle of the mouth. I'm kind of doing a bit of a chewing motion just to kind of help my lips get that vibraty feeling. So keep going. Breathe in your own time. Good. Let's send that bumblebee down to our throat now, back to our larynx area. And he's always moving around a little bit. He's never just sat there. He's buzzing around, okay? Good. Well done. And now down to the chest. Have you noticed how your pitch may be changing as you're doing this? Mine certainly is. Good. Okay. Now let's send him straight back up to the top of the head. And back down to the chest. Good. Back to the throat. And back in the middle of the mouth. And breathe, let the exercise go. Good. Well done, guys. So that's a really good like little exercise and little game you can kind of play. It's a bit childish. I kind of do that sort of stuff if I'm doing a kids workshop, which isn't very often because I'm not really too interested in teaching kids. I like teaching adults. But it's kind of again a useful creative way to see and start visualizing where you can send and place the voice and that vibration. Okay. Lovely. Excellent. Articulation wise, I don't really want to do too much because I know that you guys are pretty much on it. Have we done the and the budiga before? Actually, no, maybe not. Okay, Chopping board. Do we all remember chopping board? That might be a little bit quicker and a bit more energetic. Do you remember the da 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 da, dee 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 dee, do 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 do? Excellent. So we're going to just simply have 3 vowel sounds. In fact, Anastasia, I know that you might not have done this too much. We're just using 3 vowel sounds, e, and u, and we're just going to pop a consonant at the beginning of those vowel sounds, and we're going to do a little bit of a chopping board, and I want you to physically interact and do a chopping board with me, and we'll just do, I'll quickly copy and paste it from my other session in the chat, just so you can see what we're doing. And I want us to work down that list. We're going to start with B first of all. Ignore the bab, beb, bib, bob, bub. We're just going to look at the consonants. Okay, does this make sense? I've copied too much. We're just going to look at the consonants. So follow my lead. Nice and slowly, we're just going to go ba, 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 ba. Your turn. Call and response, okay? And if you can do your hand action as well, Anastasia, that's great. Yep, you did it. Brilliant. B, 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 B. Good. And it's like we're chopping the consonants and the words up a little bit. That's why we're doing the hand action, just to help us get a bit more precise with what we're doing. Boo, 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 boo. Excellent. On to P now, the voiceless version of B. Quiet sound. P, 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 P. Good. Excellent. Poo, 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 poo. Do you get it, Anastasia? Can you see what we're doing? Yeah? Excellent. She's smiling. She's thinking it's weird, but she's loving life. Excellent. Let's keep going. Now on to D. Da, 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 da. A little bit quicker now. D, 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 D. And then we're going to do a little bit longer on the do's. I've been shortening them, but we'll do longer now. Do, 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 do. You'll go, you'll go, you'll go, you'll go. Excellent. Okay, and we're keeping with that rhythm. And now T. Ta, 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 ta. T, 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 T. Good. Excellent. Ga, 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 ga. Gi, 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 gi. This is a tough one for me. Goo, 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 goo. Good, guys. We're going at a good pace here. And now K. Ka, 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 ka. Let that tongue bounce. Good. Excellent. Well done. Keep going down the list. V. Va, 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 va. V, 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 V. Voo, 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 voo. We're also waking up that rhythm in us as well, aren't we? Da, 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 da. Helps with the intonation. Oh, funny that. Excellent. F. Va, 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 va. V, 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 V. Good. R. Ra, 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 ra. Re, 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 re. Like Rihanna. Row, 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 row. Like a little doggy. I like that one. Good. M. Ma, 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 ma. Me, 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 me. Nice and rich, yeah? Mo, 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 mo. Excellent. Final one. Na, 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 na. Ni, 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 ni. No, 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 no. Excellent. Well done, Vera, sticking and copying all my perfect actions there. Loving life. Well done, guys. Thank you very much. Good. So again, chopping board, even though it's like a little bit of a weird exercise, actually, it does help with the intonation. Da, 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 da. It's that kind of like giddy up kind of, I suppose, pacing and galloping that we do use in our British accents quite often. Okay, fabulous. So let's move on to some phrases. I was going to do tongue twisters actually. Do we want a couple of tongue twisters today, guys, or do we want to just get onto the things that I put in the group chat? Can you remember? Should we get onto the phrases, or do you want a bit of tongue twisters? We got a shaked head from Anastasia. What do you want? What do you want, guys? What do you want? We can do a couple tongue twisters quickly if you want.
Yeah, let's do.
Let's do a couple. Amazing. Are any of you in on the workshop at 1 o'clock actually? No, excellent. Okay, fine. Good, because I don't want you to do too many of the same tongue twisters. Right, let's do. Yeah, let's do. Oh, God, Lord, hold on. I've got so many little notes up. Let's do these 2 for now, and then there's another 2 I will add Oh, three I will add that I think are good. Let me add those now so you can see what they are. Brilliant. Let's do these five tongue twisters, okay? I'll say it first, then I want you to say it. We'll go through all of them and then we'll have a quick look individually before we come on to the other phrases that we'll work on today. So, a proper coffee in a copper coffee pot. Do you know what? I actually want to make this one a little bit harder and a little bit more intonation wise. A proper cup of coffee in a, I want to add this in to make it a little bit more, like I said, intonation based. So a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. Can you hear the rhythm change now? Try that. Good. Well done. And now let's just turn up that articulation to like, if we just did level 5 out of 10 on articulation effort, can we turn it up to like 9 to 10 out of 10? Let's treat these as proper tongue twisters and as a proper boot camp exercise for us for now, okay? A proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. I'm going a bit more muscular. Try it again. Really get the muscles waking up for me now. Good. Nice one, guys. Moving on. And again, let's keep that articulation muscularity at level 9 to 10 out of 10, okay? Whose shoes should she choose? Excellent. One more time. Whose shoes should she choose? See how my lips are pulling. Excellent, darlings. Fabulous. Thin sticks, thick bricks. One more time. Thin sticks, thick bricks. I like that one. That's always a good one to do with you guys. Red leather, yellow leather. One more time. Red leather, yellow leather. Well done, guys. Keeping that muscularity at 9 to 10 for now. We're not trying to race through it. He threw 3 free throws. Love that one. And again, he threw 3 free throws. Well done, guys. Excellent. We'll come around individually now then. That was level 9 to 10 out of effort and muscularity I wanted. I could see that you were giving me that the majority of the time. As we come around individually now, we'll look at intonation a little bit more and maybe picking up the pace a little bit, depending on how we're getting on. If you've got any specific questions about any of the sounds, though, we've got time today, so just ask. Fabulous. Vera, you're up first, babes. Let's do a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
Proper coffee, a proper cup of coffee in a proper coffee pot.
Excellent. Well done. Proper. Rather than, I've got just a little placement thing that I want you to think about. Again, I'm being, oh, who's this? Oh, is it you again, Vera?
Oh, really?
It's coming up with your name again.
Hmm.
Oh,
Nope.
nope. Okay, I think they've gone.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it's you. You're here.
yeah.
Have you doubled? Have you got a twin? Osmosis. No, not osmosis. I
Uh-huh.
forget is it osmosis? No. Anyway, right, okay. Good. So what I'm seeing a bit is that this top lip is kind of pulling down a little bit. Proper. Proper. You're
Mhm.
kind of doing this action. Proper. If anything, I want that lip to curl up a little bit more. Proper cup of coffee. I want that to be a little bit more dexterous. Try again, see if you can.
Proper cup of coffee.
Excellent. Really well done. That was a really like tricky thing that I was asking you to do, and you just smashed it straight off the bat. Again, it might feel a little bit much at the minute, but I want you to practice keeping that lip like up and open a little bit more for me. You can give it a little wiggle to wake it up again. You know, we
Mhm.
do these sort of little exercises with our lips, guys. That's always
Mhm.
useful. And also, you know, we used to do tongue hook where we imagine there was a hook on the end of our tongue. What you can do a similar thing, and it's kind of like I don't know if you remember when you were kids, you might have done this, but imagine like you're sewing your lip, awful, I know, but you're like taking a needle and a thread and you're kind of like pulling that lip. doing those sorts of, again, playful, silly little exercises can help you just like isolate those muscles a little bit and feel more what you've got to play with. So excellent. You did it anyway, but let's just try that tongue twister again. Let's really keep that lip open and up and not closed and tucked in. A proper cup of coffee. Just say that for me.
A proper cup of coffee.
Yeah. And on proper, can I have proper?
A proper cup of coffee.
Excellent. And finish the tongue twister in a copper coffee pot.
In a copper coffee pot.
Yeah, lovely. Pot. Let's make sure pot is pot and not pot. Pot.
Pot.
Yeah. So again, I think with that, it's just that commitment and releasing the reluctance to keep your mouth quite tight in that pot. Pot. There's a lot of space and my tongue is low. So, oh, getting a bit warm. Not surprised. I'm in a jumper and a hoodie, but anyway, getting flustered these days, guys. Yeah, pot. Just try again. Pot.
Pot.
Yeah, good. One more time.
Pot.
Yeah. Try and keep it open. Even though it's a short one syllable word, try and keep it open a bit more on pot.
Pot.
Good. And can you get that jaw lengthening a little bit even more? I know. Sorry. Pot. Let's make it slow motion. Again.
Pot.
Yeah, good. Pot. Again.
Pot.
Excellent. So did it feel like super slow motion then at all? A little bit. Like it's a short, sharp word, but I still want you to have as much kind of length in it in the tongue and that vowel sound in the middle of the P and the T. Pot.
Pot.
Better. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm asking for there? Yeah. So it's not pot, it's pot. Pot. You really got to have the round shape in the lips like a pot would have. Amazing. Do the whole tongue twister again. Try and remember all of that, please.
A proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
Yeah. Oh, close on pot. Pot.
Pot.
Excellent. Much better. Yeah. Really, really good. Well done. Any questions?
Thank you. Yeah.
Super duper. Miriam, please.
A proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
Yeah. Lovely. One more time.
A proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
Yeah. Really good. In a. Did you say in a then? Can we try now in a more of a schwa before you say in a copper? And at the beginning, can we be careful again? It's not eh. A proper cup of coffee.
A proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
Yeah, good. In well done, well done. Really, really good. Lovely. And now actually, can you just pull back on the muscularity and the tongue twisteriness of it and just tell me about a proper cup of coffee you had in a copper coffee pot?
Yeah. A proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
Yeah, excellent. Coffee, 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 coffee.
Coffee. Coffee.
Good. Yeah, be careful. We're not, and again, I'm just nitpicking. I know we're at tongue twister stage at this point. It's useful to know a proper cup of coffee. Coffee. That sounds a bit unusual intonation wise in my ears. So a proper cup of coffee. Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee. Yeah, good. Coffee. And if anything, you can go lower, I'd say. Coffee. It's just that it's if your whole sentence is on this train, but all of a sudden you go coffee outside that line, I think whereas actually if you stick to it, a proper cup of coffee and then go down, it sounds more British to me. So try and refrain from stretching up to go down too much, especially in one word. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do it again.
It does. A proper cup of coffee. A proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
Yeah, delightful. Well done. Really good. Really, really good. Any questions?
No questions.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Lovely. On to the third. Anastasia.
Yep. A proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
Good. Lovely. Similar actually to Vera on pot. Can we make sure we've got a little bit more length? Pot. Yeah.
Pot. A proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
Yeah, lovely. We got some lovely F's in there, haven't we? We got cup of and then coffee. So on the of one, it's a little bit more voiced, I would say. Of, of. Can you hear that there's a bit of resonance
Of,
and a V sound more in there?
of.
Great. When we say coffee, there's no V sound at all. Another wonderful misleading thing we Brits do. Sometimes we'll make it sound more like a V when it's not. And blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I want a little bit more vibration and resonance in that first of. And on the coffee, you can just keep it breath
Yeah.
voiceless like it was. So try again.
A proper cup of coffee in a copy in a copper coffee pot.
Good. Try one more time. Slow it down for me.
Yeah.
No
A
rush.
proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
Yeah, good. Coffee. You did a really nice
Coffee.
coffee. There was a nice richness and more resonance actually when you hit that E sound. And that was really, really, really nice.
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee, coffee. You sat in it more in your pitch and your resonance, which was really, really nice. Good, lovely. Just say a proper cup.
A proper cup.
Good. A proper cup, not a proper cup. Bear in mind. Try again.
A proper.
Yeah,
A proper.
proper. Did you see how you changed your intonation and pitch there?
A proper. A proper cup of coffee.
Much
Of
better.
a
Well done.
proper. Not a. Yeah.
Yeah,
A.
not a.
A.
Uh, uh.
A.
No,
A.
like it's literally just like like a
A.
grunt, like a caveman grunt.
A. A.
Yeah,
A proper.
yeah. And I think sometimes because it's an A, we start to let this A creep in. If
Mm.
you're choosing to say A proper, it was just A singular, one of them, fine. But if you're more stressing the proper cup of coffee, it was just a it was just a proper cup of coffee. We're going to say but
A.
more schwa. Okay. But good. You were correcting your intonation a little bit as well. I don't know if you other guys heard that. A proper, proper. But then she kind of started saying a proper, proper. Again, subtle, tiny little change, but it was good. It shows me that you guys are like picking it up and able to kind of hear it and play around with it a little bit more flexibly, flexibly with more flexibility, which is delightful. Elena. Hello. What time do you call this? Welcome, my love.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
Pitpa. I'm so sorry. I had another one training in wine, and it was delayed today. That's why it just turned back now. I'm sorry.
Did you say training in wine?
Yes, blind tasting.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, you're forgiven. Send me some bottles of wine and you're forgiven. Um,
Oh, with
that's
pleasure.
that's amazing. Okay, no problem, my darling. We're just doing some tongue twisters. We just did a warm up and now we will be coming on shortly to the phrases and things that I've put in the chat already. So that's where we're at. You can join in the next one. We're going to move on to whose shoes should she choose? I will just go through a little bit quicker and just try and pick you up on one thing if there's anything that you guys need to work on. If it's flawless, I won't say anything, but if there's something, I'll give you at least one pointer to work on. Okay, Vera, back to you again. Whose shoes should she choose? And we don't have to keep it tongue twistery now. Let's make it a bit more like we're talking in conversation. Okay, go.
Whose shoes should she choose?
Yeah, nice one. One more time.
Whose shoes should she choose?
Excellent. So I want a little bit more depth and richness in whose. So it's not whose, it's whose.
Whose? Who? Whose?
Yeah, good. Imagine, we did the bumblebee exercise at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Whose. I want you to imagine the bumblebees going down
Whose?
your throat when you do it. Whose.
Whose?
Better.
Whose shoes should she choose?
Yeah, excellent. Well done. I think for you, it's just trying not to rush some of the sounds, some of the vowel sounds that I think can be rushed if we want to. But actually, I think when you take your time with them a little bit more, it just helps anchor it in and sound a bit more British to me. Whose shoes? Try again.
Whose shoes should she
Yeah,
choose?
good, good, good. And again, we might not always say it like that with that downward inflection on those words, but for you, I think it just helps place it a little bit more at this moment in time. So just keep practicing that. Any questions?
No, no, thank
Lovely
you.
today. Really good. Really good zzz and shiz. Fabulous. Miriam, please.
Who, whose shoes should she choose?
Yeah, good. Try again. Let me. Oh, it's quite difficult with your video, actually. Just try one more time. Let me watch you again.
Mhm. Whose shoes should she choose?
Good. It did freeze, but what it froze on was this kind of shape.
Mm-hmm.
And I want whose shoes
Whose
you choose.
whose shoes should she choose?
Excellent. And on that whose, again, similar to Vera, let's see if we can just kind of imagine sending that bumblebee dead down to our throat and
Mm-hmm.
lowering that tongue a little bit more. Whose.
Whose?
Who's. It's like there's an ooh, extra ooze in there. Whose.
Whose?
Better. Who.
Whose?
Whole tongue twister, remembering that for all of those words. Whose shoes should she choose?
Whose shoe? Whose shoes? I think I add ooh, yeah?
Yeah, that's good. Do it.
Ah, whose shoes should she choose?
Yeah, so it's more of a ooh sound than you think. It doesn't have,
Mm-hmm.
apart from choose, which does have a double O in it, I think when we see the one O or whatnot, we shorten it a bit too much. And actually, whose are those shoes? Who do they belong to? I think we do enjoy the ooh sound a little bit more. So
Yeah.
good. You were improving it and correcting it and added it in really effortlessly. So really, really good. Whose shoes should she choose? Can you actually ask me now, just quickly? Whose shoes should she choose? Whose shoes should she choose?
Whose shoes should she choose?
Yeah, good. Should she? Good. And be careful on should she? Should she? Should
Should
she? Should she?
should she? Should
Yeah.
she?
Yeah. Should
Should
she?
she?
Yeah. Better that second time. Yeah.
Should
Try.
she?
Yeah.
Should she?
Whose shoes?
Whose shoes? Whose shoes should she choose?
It's a
Whose
quick. It's really quick. It's a good consonant cluster for you to practice, perhaps. Should she? Should she? Should she?
should she? Should she choose?
Yeah.
Whose
Good.
shoes should she choose?
Yeah.
Should she choose? Should she
Good.
choose?
It's about making sure that D is there and not dropping the D too much. There's still, if you hear me do it, I'm still breaking them up a little bit. There's still a bit of a gap. I'm not melding them
Yeah.
together too much. Should she? Should
Yeah.
she?
Should she?
I'm
Should
letting the D
she?
release
Whose?
completely.
Yeah. Should she? Yeah. There is the.
Yeah.
Should
Nice.
she? Whose shoes should she choose?
Way better.
Should
Well
she
done.
choose?
Yeah. And should she too? Excellent. Really, really good. Any questions?
No, no question. No questions.
Fantastic. Well done. Anastasia, please.
Whose shoes should she choose?
Lovely. Well done. Whose shoes? I want a little bit more. Whose? Whose?
Whose shoes should she choose?
Well done. Better. Much more resonance there, which is what I'm after. Whose shoes should she choose? Now I want you to focus on intonation. Do you remember when you said earlier in coffee and you went really kind of low, I'm going to say, in pitch, and the resonance really struck out for me in more of your chest area? Can we try and do the whole sentence with that resonance being a little bit more here? Like the bumblebees, there's not one bumblebee, there's like a whole hive of bumblebees in your chest, and they're all buzzing and that vibration is there. And let's try and lower that pitch a little bit just to see what happens if we try and deliver it a little bit lower. So less of this, whose shoes, and more of this, whose shoes. And if you need to like kind of sit back into it physically, like do that as well for now. It's just an exercise. Try
Yeah.
it.
Whose shoes should she choose?
Yeah, good. Lovely. Try again. Whose shoes? Let's even slower and more melty into the ground.
Whose shoes should she choose?
Yeah, lovely. Really, really good. Well done. Really, really well done managing to do that. Again, it's quite hard what I'm asking you to do, and you're just doing it effortlessly. Amazing. Brilliant. I'm just trying to see if we can get you used to, again, positioning. I think we talked about it last time, just positioning that voice perhaps a little bit lower in terms of resonance and placement, and adding a bit more of an earthy quality to your kind of tone of voice. Because again, I think that's quite a commonly British thing sometimes. Even some of the, Rosamund Pikes and slightly upper class Brits, they often do have quite a warm tone to their voice, even though they're a little bit more articulated. There's often just a little bit more warmth there, and I'm just trying to explore a little bit more of that warmth. Not that there's anything particularly wrong with what you're doing and where you're placing it at the moment. I just want to see if we can train you to do it on demand a little bit more, Anastasia. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Oh,
Excellent. Also,
sure.
Yeah, good. And the other thing is just more lip action, more lip rounding. Whose shoes? I'm suckering those sounds again. You've got a good lip rounding, but you're not quite committing fully to the shapes that I want to see. Whose shoes? Can you see how my lips are doing this action? Try that for me. Whose shoes?
Whose shoes?
Ah,
Shoes.
shoes was
Shoes.
splendid. Again.
Shoes.
Yeah, good. Well done. Whose? Again on whose, I want the similar sort of
Whose?
attention that you gave shoes. You warmed into it a bit. Whose?
Whose?
Yeah, better. Whose?
Whose?
Excellent. Can you see your lips are
Shoes.
going? You're doing it. Yeah. That was
Whose?
much better. Commit to the shape more and it will help. Does all of that make sense? Have you got any questions?
Thank
Brilliant.
you.
You're welcome. Lovely. Elena.
Yeah.
I'm getting too hot. Too hot. Too excited. Too excited by the work today. Go on. Whose shoes should she choose, Alina?
Whose shoes should she choose?
Good. One more time.
Whose shoes should she choose?
Yeah. Whose shoes should she choose? Whose shoes? Good. So what I'm hearing is a little bit more of, excuse me, a little bit of a high, stiff tongue. I want a little bit more of a lower, flexible tongue. So even on
Mm-hmm.
whose, I can kind of feel my tongue is actually kind of like scooping and rising a little bit. Whose. It's kind of lifting as I get to the Z sound in the whose, yeah? So can you,
Whose?
okay, good. Whose. Yeah. Do you know what? We can all do an exercise quickly, actually. The key I. Have we all done this? I can't remember if I did it with you guys or the last group. Maybe not. Okay, so all we're going to do is key, yai, yai. Okay, it's a very simple exercise. We're just gonna make a key sound. Key, yai. Try that, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Key, yai.
Yeah.
Can you feel your tongue bouncing around a little bit? You can see mine
Yeah.
doing it. Key, yai.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Try not to make the jaw do it for you artificially. See if you can keep the jaw in one place and just see if that tongue can move in isolation. Key, yai.
Yeah.
Good, darling. One more time. Key, ay.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. And everyone do that again and notice the pitch variation that we're doing now. Forget the tongue bouncing. You got that down. Just see if you can try key, ay.
Yeah.
Again, key, ay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Again, a good way to wake up that voice and that pitch range that we've got that we didn't even know we had. And also practice getting that tongue a little bit bouncier. Key I. When we do the yai, the tongue drops. Can you just do a key and an I and see if you can feel that in your mouth? Key I.
Yeah.
Can you feel the tongue drop in? At the
Yeah.
back at least? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Key I. Again.
Yeah.
Excellent. Really well done. So what I want a little bit more on whose is more of that yai to begin with. Whose. See if you can now artificially make your tongue kind of drop and scoop a little bit more. Whose. It needs to start lower for me, essentially.
Whose?
Can you feel it? Are you doing it?
Yes, I do it like I'm thinking about it that my tongue should be back down to below.
Yeah,
Do
fantastic.
it like
Well done. Yeah.
whose?
Who,
Whose?
yeah, good. And now what I want you to try and avoid for me, because it's becoming whose, rather than whose. And what it is lacking, I think, is more of that lip rounding. Okay. So we've got a lower tongue, whose. And then when we get to the pocket on the ooh sound, I want you to imagine that tongue can lift and come forward a little bit more if you want it to. Whose. It's like everything's coming forward to those lovely puckering lips. Yeah. Try again.
Whose?
Good, well done. It can be quite tricky if we're not used to making these sorts of round shapes with our lips, yeah, but we're so able to go a lot tighter than I think we realize. It's just making sure we wake that up and let it happen and develop the reps really and that muscularity, okay? Whose, try again. Whose.
Whose.
Lovely. Well done. Whose shoes?
Whose shoes.
Lovely. Whose shoes? You even did like a nice little specific change there, which was very good. Very automatic. Lovely. Do the whole tongue twister again for me. Let's try and keep that richness and space. Even though it's not that much space in the who shape now, it's more than you had at the beginning, which is perfect. And let's really try and keep that richness there and those lips coming together when we need them to in a nice pucker shape. Yeah. One more time.
Whose shoes should you choose?
Good. Well done. Well done. You're thinking about
Okay.
1,000 things. It was really good. Try it one more time.
Whose shoes should you choose?
Yeah, good. Really, really good. Should she? Should she? Should she? Yeah, no, perfect. Have you got any questions?
No, no.
Excellent. Well,
Shall I always think now about who's like this?
yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You do it's so much to think about, and I think yeah, it's amazing what you guys are able to do with like all the languages and things that you're speaking. But just give yourself time and practice and just always come back. I always think like if you're getting stuck or in your head with it, just come back to a fun, stupid exercise like ki I. Like I do that as part of my warm up every day, just to remind myself my tongue can move in that shape if I need it to. Otherwise, like I said to Vera and Miriam at the start of the call, like after a long, stressful week, my larynx gets up there, my tongue gets tight, and I can't quite tighten, and I'm talking like this all of a sudden, and I'm not like my jaws going. Yeah. We can come back, we can chill, we can do what we need to do. So just go easy on yourself, my love. You did really, really well then, Elena. Good. Let's just whiz through red leather. Oh no, thin sticks, thick bricks. We're going to whiz through these so we can get onto the other tasks. Vera, quick fire round. Let's go. Thin sticks, thick bricks.
Thin sticks, thin bricks.
Do it again. I think you swapped the words around. Doesn't matter, but go on, try again.
Thin sticks, thick bricks.
Yeah, good. Lovely. Well done. Thin sticks. Good. Can we let the thin like melt into the sticks a little bit more now? Thin sticks.
Thin sticks,
Yeah, good.
thick bricks.
Yeah, lovely. Bricks. Bricks. And on bricks, can we try and have a little bit more bricks? Bricks.
Bricks, bricks.
Yeah, so it's not bricks and we're keeping it all quite tight. Bricks. We're allowing that.
Bricks.
Yeah, a nice
Bricks.
kind of melty. Lovely. Well done. One more
Thank
time.
you. Thin sticks, thick bricks.
Yeah, fantastic. Well done. Miriam, thin sticks, thick bricks, please.
Thin sticks, thick bricks.
Good. Intonation for you. Rather than thin sticks, can I have thin sticks, thick bricks?
Thin sticks, thick bricks.
Good. Well done. This thing, that thing. It's like da, 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 da. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do a lot of these hand motions, but I don't know if it helps. Good. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Splendid. Anastasia, if you're present. If not, don't worry. Okay, she's there. Fabulous. Thin sticks, thick bricks.
Yeah. Thin sticks, thick bricks.
One more time.
Thin sticks, thick bricks.
Oh, thick bricks. Similar to what I gave Vera, actually. Thick bricks. Can we try and just have a little bit more? We can open that jaw a little bit more. Thick bricks. Can you see how much space is in my mouth when I'm saying it?
Yeah.
Thick bricks. My mouth is still opening and closing. I'm not keeping it too
Okay.
much. Try again.
Thin sticks, thick bricks.
Yeah, better. Thick bricks. It's a bit more open. Yeah, brilliant. Again, a little bit of a reluctance, maybe with Vera as well, just to highlight you two similarity there. A little bit of a reluctance, let that jaw come open a little bit more. Again, if you've got the bone prop that Lilo's given you, or like,
Oh yeah, I have
or
it.
like, anything that kind of. I've just found this is like a little bra extendery thingy. I've just realized it looks a bit like a bone prop, doesn't it? But a big one. Anything to practice letting that jaw come open a bit more is just going to really help you, I think, feel less vulnerable when you do make those shapes and actually then follow through and do them when you need to do them. Okay. Have you got any questions about that?
No, thanks.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Elena.
Could you repeat, please?
Thin sticks, thick bricks.
Thing, stick, stick, brick.
Good, well done. The only thing is thin. I still want that kit vowel in there. Thin. I almost kind of got like a thin or something weird going on. Let's see if we can try and make sure it's thin. Thin.
Thin, thin.
Yeah, it's just precision of that tongue, I think. Thin, it's letting the TH happen and then it come back up for the N. And rather than let it all mush together, that was much more specific. Try again.
Mm-hmm. Thin, thin,
Thin, thin.
thin, thin.
Excellent, much better. Do the whole tongue twister.
I forgot that before.
Thin
Uh,
sticks, thick bricks. I realize you don't have it because you came later. There you go.
I think it.
Sorry, my love.
Thin, stick, thick bricks.
Really good. Well done. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Splendid. Red leather, yellow leather. Vera?
Red leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
Brilliant. Lovely. Any questions? Flawless. We've swapped orders now. So Elena, you're next on my screen. Mix it up a bit.
Okay. Red leather, yellow leather.
Yeah, good. Yellow. Rather than yellow, can I have yellow? Low.
Yellow,
Yellow.
yellow,
Good. Yellow. Low. Rather than coming over and onto yellow, can I have yellow? Like a scoop up.
yellow,
Yellow. Jello. Hello.
yellow, hello,
Well done. Well done.
yellow,
Yellow leather.
yellow leather.
Yeah, good. Well done. Well done. Yellow. Yeah, again, it was kind of coming more forward and like up and over rather than under and up. That's how I kind of picture it anyway. So yellow, yellow.
Yellow, yellow,
Yeah, low, not low, low.
low,
Yeah, good. And I think it's that lip rounding again, actually. And I think it's coming from a bit more of a wider space. Yellow. Can you see how I'm going low? It's almost opening a bit more before I close it off to make the O shape, yeah? So I want a little bit more of that. Can you practice that? Again, bone drop.
yellow.
Yeah. Oh, lovely open mouth like an opera singer. Brilliant. Miriam, please. Well done, Elena.
Red leather, yellow leather.
One more time.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Yeah, really nitpicky. Red, red. Ed. I'm hearing almost rat.
Red.
Do it again.
Okay. Red. Red.
Ed. Bedhead.
Red leather, yellow.
Go on.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Yeah, brilliant. Well done. Well done. Any questions?
No. Thank you.
Splendid. Anastasia, last but not least.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Yeah, good. I think for me it's those L's. Yellow, leather, leather, leather.
Leather,
Forward. Try again.
leather, red leather, yellow leather.
Good, much better. Well done. You're definitely sending the energy further forward, which is what I asked for. On the L, though, can you imagine that the L is, I think can't remember if it was you, it might have been someone else another time. Imagine that the L is starting here, though, more and less back here. It's not leather, leather. It's le. It comes from the tip.
Leather,
Leather.
leather,
Yeah.
leather,
Red
red
leather.
leather, yellow leather,
Yeah, good.
leather.
Leather. And on the again, try not to pull back. I'm hearing that it's all kind of coming a little bit back and a bit more throaty. Leather,
Mm.
leather,
Mm-hmm.
leather.
Leather,
And I give you
leather,
permission for now to do leather because I want you to practice that forward energy, okay? Leather.
leather,
Yeah, good. Well done. And now let's make it leather. We're still coming
leather,
again. Oh, she's frozen. Or is it me? Have I frozen? Oh, try again, Anastasia. I lost you for a
yep,
moment.
yep. Red leather, yellow leather.
Better on the second one. I want you to
Yeah,
practice leather and thinking that like you're
leather.
almost spitting on someone's face. Gross. But I want you to really think of that coming forward. The first time when you did red leather, it kind of went back again. Red leather, yellow leather.
Leather,
You give it.
yellow leather.
Yeah, better, better. Well done. Well done. Can you see what I'm asking you to do?
Yeah, I do understand.
You do understand. Excellent. Yeah, just thinking a little bit more forward placement. It can be really tricky when there's certain shapes and sounds, I think, that are like naturally you just want to put it where you normally put it, but you got to fight it.
Yeah.
Fight it. Resist the urge to do that. Yeah, it's hard work. But good. I'm going to be a bit annoying because I know he threw 3 free throws is actually a really good tongue twister, but we're going to cut that one and come straight on to the other work because I don't want us to run out of time. So on to the intonation phrases that we looked at, or that I sent to you anyway. So what I did is Tonya, who's not here, gave us some lovely words that she was struggling with. And so I've popped them into a sentence for us to look at. And I've also popped them all into a bit of a paragraph because I do think, again, it's one thing looking at intonation in sentences, but when we've got a big chunk of text, like often we will, especially at work and things, right? I know we often have conversations, but sometimes we will just keep talking and need to do a presentation or say a bit more than just are you going to get a coffee? We might need to say more than that, right? So again, I think actually putting it into a paragraph might be quite useful and a good test of the old stamina, and how we can get that intonation varied and keep it interesting whilst also yeah, having to do it over a longer amount of time. So I've just copied in the chat. I'll do the sentences as well. Maybe we'll do the sentences first just together as a warm up to practice. And then, even though I've done it the other way around, we'll do the sentences first now, just quickly, and then we'll do the paragraph, okay? And then if we've got time, we'll come on to the other extra little things that I put in the group chat. And again, remember our focus is articulation for sure, but also intonation, okay? So really let's put our intonation hats on and just see if we can yeah, copy what I do and also emulate it and make it a bit more your own whilst keeping it British. Oh my God, so much to think about. Good, right. Let's just do a warm up as a group. Well, not a warm up, but a warm up into the paragraph, these sentences, okay? I'll read the whole thing and then I want you to repeat back silently, individually, but also as a group. So number one, can everyone see it? Yeah. The deliverables for this project are like, great. Okay. So number one, the deliverables for this project are like little presents. Let's get them wrapped up by Friday. Excellent. And these are quite playful. I did want to make sure that we had something that maybe wasn't as serious the whole time. So the sentences are a wee bit more playful than the paragraph, okay? So again, we're just practicing getting some more flexibility and playfulness in the intonation, okay? Wrapped up by Friday. I was really committing to that, so pick up on it. Good. Number two, before we dive in, let's do a quick survey to make sure everyone's on the same page. Good. Well done, guys. Good. Well done, Vera. Number three. A fun circular went out this morning announcing free wine at lunch. Elena's been in. She's dropped wine off for us all at lunch. Excellent. Well done. Noticing I kind of kept that one a little bit more like, oh, did you hear about this thing that kind of has happened? Again, talking about having wine on your lunch break, you might want to be a bit more hush hush about that in the office. So again, having a little play with how we deliver these things. Number four, I must say, questioners is a word that I don't think I will ever use, but it is used. Okay, so we'll try it. The questioners in today's meeting were all about who's stealing the office coffee. I don't like that one. Good, well done. Number five. His story about winning Employee of the Month was slightly exaggerated, but we'll let it slide. Excellent, good. Again, notice, but we'll let it slide. We'll let it go. Again, we can play around with all of this. Lovely. 6. We'll finish this project in approximately 3 weeks, give or take a coffee break or two. Good. Well done, guys. I wanted to change this one. I forgot. I've just realized I didn't like this one either. Your feedback is as valuable as a chocolate bar at 3 p.m. on a Monday. But it's good for intonation, I guess. In fact, I am going to repeat that one because it does lend itself to a very particular type of intonation. Did you notice how I was breaking up the sentence like entirely? Your feedback is as valuable as a chocolate bar at 3 p.m. on a Monday. Yeah? It's a bit mean. It's a little bit rotten, actually, isn't it? Yes?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask you why. So, beside the intonation, which I got, I hope, you wrote also on a Monday. Uh, so, first of all, is it a kind of idiom, like to have a coffee, oh, sorry, a chocolate bar at 3 p.m. on a Monday? Is it a kind of maybe your joke? Oh, I don't understand.
I know,
And
I know.
and the second question is why is it not just simply on Monday, but on a Monday? Is it just for intonation or what's
I
yeah.
think
Could
it's
you please
because
explain?
yeah, I know. It's a funny one. It's because for me anyway, the reason why it makes sense to me is because on a Monday at 3 p.m. you should be kind of working and to be fair, the thing is at 3 p.m. I normally get that 3 p.m. dip and actually a chocolate bar would be quite useful. So I think so the reason it's not on Monday, it's on a Monday, is because it is that kind of like, oh, it's as useful as it's like like a simile or a metaphor that we're using to kind of express how we're feeling. Like, oh, that's as useful as a what do they call it? Like a chocolate teacup. Because if you put hot water into a chocolate teacup, it would melt, therefore the teacup's not useful at all. So maybe we'll do that and maybe we'll change it actually. Hang on, I'm having a little, oh no, it's copying all of them. So does that make sense why I've said like it's on a Monday? It's just like a hypothetical Monday. It's not like
Yeah.
the actual
It's
Monday.
like a 1 day treat.
Yeah. Or just like it's a I'm just speaking like even though I'm specifically saying at 3 p.m. on a Monday, it's more of a general like on a Monday at 3 p.m. that's not useful. Like generally I'm saying it's just not a useful thing. It's a
Oh, okay.
hypothetical Monday. It's not
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
Yeah, not every Monday, but
Yeah. It's
on
just like
yeah,
popping
okay.
out. Yeah. Like the chocolate teacups thing. But like I said, I'm actually going to kind of second guess myself here and backtrack. I actually think a chocolate bar on 3 p.m. is useful because you have hit that slump, haven't you, after the weekend? Or I don't know about you guys, but I normally need a coffee about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon because I'm like, oh, I'm tired and I've got no physical capacity. So let's actually do this one again. And yeah, let's reframe it and let's actually be like, that feedback was actually really helpful. It was just what I needed, like I would need a chocolate bar at 3 p.m. on a Monday because I'm shattered and need a pick me up. Yeah, should we try that? So let's not be mean and let's not say it like it's a bad thing. Let's say it like it is more of a good thing. So let's keep it positive. Let's try one more time. See how the intonation changes. I'll just riff it and see what happens. Ah, your feedback is as valuable as a chocolate bar at 3 p.m. on a Monday. Try that. It was just what I needed. Excellent. Well done, guys. Yeah, this was the one I meant to change this. I was a bit like, I'm not, it's not really, and coming back to your other statement, and so it's not really an idiom that I'm aware of. It's not really an idiom, as such, but Anyway, there we go. We played around with that one. I will delete that one. I'm not sure I'm feeling it. Good. Number 8. The team felt a little vulnerable after they realized they'd been replying all on emails. Oh dear. Yeah, good. And I did go up on intonation there. They've been replying all on emails. It's a bit like I'm cringing that, oh, they were doing this thing. It's really awkward. So again, interesting. Food for thought. Number 9. Can you believe we're celebrating the company's 40th birthday this year? Time flies. Good. And interesting enough, this reminds me of a sonnet that Shakespeare has. But if I slow down on time flies, it's kind of the opposite of what I'm trying to say. Like time flies, time rushes on by, doesn't it? But actually, by slowing down that phrase and actually fighting what I'm kind of saying, I actually think it helps me express how I'm saying how quickly time goes by slowing down the phrase. Does that make sense? Food for thought. Again, excellent. Number 10. The wellness program just got fancy, now offering biorevitalization treatments.
Oh, really? You vetted them.
I read it. And yeah, it got fancy. That's quite again, it'd be quite a playful thing. I don't know if you noticed just then I said got fancy. I'd got my shoulder involved. Again, physicality, gesture, all these things, personality are going to come through and affect that intonation. And again, that's why I wanted to keep these a little bit more light-hearted and playful, because I think it awakens that in us. So bearing all that in mind, let's come to the paragraph now then. I would do want you to each read this individually. Why does it keep not copying what I'm asking it to copy? Hang on. And again, I have popped it in more of a chunk just to visually challenge you a little bit more. I don't know if any of you might have broken up the sentences or not, but I think again, seeing like a chunk, I want you to develop that no fear my mentality when you see a chunk of text that needs reading. I know it can be a little bit daunting. But I want us to really find the flow in it and the changes and things. So shall I read it all now? Just that paragraph, just how I would read it for now. You can hear how I'm saying all the words as well. And then we'll come to it individually and just have a good 5 minutes or so on each person's individual feedback. Is that okay? That sound good? And then we should have a wee bit of time for the final little phrases, which are a bit shorter that I've given you. Good. So I actually haven't read this out loud since Friday, so bear with me. Making myself giggle, sorry. After conducting a thorough survey of the department's progress, we identified key deliverables that need immediate attention. A circular was sent to all teams detailing next steps and addressing concerns raised by the questioners in the previous meeting. While some points were slightly exaggerated, the feedback remains valuable for moving forward efficiently. We estimate that the project will be completed in approximately 2 weeks, but we must remain mindful of the team's vulnerable. I lost it. But we must remain mindful of the team's vulnerable position during this critical phase. Oh, I don't know about you, but it's actually given me a bit of anxiety reading that as well, because it feels like higher pressure, higher stakes. Yeah, there's critical phases, important things, right? So it needs immediate attention. So again, we've got a nice contrast to the phrases that we just looked at. It's a just kick my desk. It's a little bit more heightened in terms of, yeah, seriousness, I guess, and professionalism. So a good challenge. Let's have a go. Who would like to go first? Having a read of this fabulous little paragraph we have. Oh, we got a hand up. Elena, please. Come on down. And then Vera, I saw yours next. Good. Elena first, then Vera. Good.
I think it's super challenging.
You what?
Okay. Mm. Okay. Shall I read everything or just by the sentence?
I want to read. I want to read. I want you to read all of it. Let's just go straight through and I'll pick up things as we go.
Okay. After conducting through Throughout survey of the department's progress, we identified key deliverables that need immediate attention. A circular was sent to all teams detailing next steps and addressing concerns raised by the questionnaire in the previous meeting. While some points were slightly exaggerated, the feedback remains valuable for moving forward efficiently. We estimate that the project will be completed in approximately 2 weeks, but we must remain mindful of the team's very vulnerable position during this critical phase.
Yeah,
I guess.
really good. It's a lot. It's a lot. Well done, well done, well done. Again, it's intense, guys, but that's what I wanted you to kind of like have a little feeling for. So great, really, really well done. Good. So I wanted to also what helps me with a bit of a bigger paragraph. I can see where your natural kind of like you're naturally staying just muscularly. And I think for you, there is a real reluctance to use more space in the mouth and
Mhm.
lip rounding. When you use the lip rounding, it's brilliant and it sounds much more clear. But often you're kind of sticking in a very kind of stuck place around here, and we're not finding that flexibility of movement that I would
Mhm.
like to see a little bit more of, please. And I think that will help with your intonation and all these other things. All right. So, after conducting, there's the first one. After, can we just open that jaw and let that be nice and wide and long for me? After conducting.
After conducting,
Yeah, good. Well done. And again, conducting. There's an openness there, but what I'm getting is after conducting, ducting rather than ducting. Can you see?
mhm.
After
After
conducting.
conducting,
Good. Conducting.
conducting,
Good, 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 good. Well done. I want it to be that strong for now. Try again. After conducting.
after conducting,
Yeah, good. Close, close. I think you fell back short a little bit again then. Conducting.
conducting.
Yeah, good, good, good. So what I also actually I will pick you up on it now. I want you to be a bit careful of if I'm asking for more R and openness on certain sounds, it doesn't necessarily mean that we then need to kind of flick it out a little bit. So what I'm after is I want the schwa in conducting, guys. We would say conducting, unless we're conducting an orchestra, maybe. So let's keep that as a schwa. Conducting. I still want it quite smooth and similar volume and everything in terms of energy, rather than conducting. Conducting, yeah. We don't want to let that D become a big splatter out and it be a big kind of release. We still want it to be quite smooth and in placement with the word, yeah. After conducting.
After conducting,
Better, good, much smoother. Well done, ducting. And you added an extra little syllable in there, but I don't mind that for now. It's just because you're doing what I'm asking you to do. So good, let's try again. After conducting.
after conducting,
Yeah, good. Well done. Well done. Well done. I think again, I'll leave that note there just because I think that is just something that you need to work on and practice muscular wise. When you're doing this as a practice, go to level 9 out of 10 in terms of articulation and muscularity for me, because I need you to practice getting that happening in between things, like in between words, like conducting, where it's in sandwiched between two things. We need to make sure that we're getting that space nice and yeah, open and appreciated. We're letting that space happen. Good. Let's just come to, I want us to look at one sentence in particular. It's a bit of a long one. While some points were slightly exaggerated, the feedback remains valuable for moving forward efficiently. Yeah, I want us to just look at that sentence for now. Can you do that for me? And we'll look at the intonation there.
uh, and I don't remember what was the intonation, but
It's fine. Just do that sentence for me.
okay. While some points were slightly exaggerated, the feedback remains valuable for moving forward efficiently.
Excellent. So what's really helpful is that we've got the boldened words there, yeah, exaggerated and valuable, yeah. Can we make those words a little bit more bold? What I'm hearing at the moment is that there's not much change between each of the words, okay? And again, intonation is all about what are you trying to communicate? You're saying that this thing was exaggerated, but on the other hand, so you're kind of highlighting a negative that maybe isn't so helpful. Then you're
Mhm.
kind of coming on to what is so helpful, right? So again, let's see how that might, now we've got that in our brain. Let's see if that's going to affect the intonation, and then I'll come on to some articulation for you. But just try that again. Use what's bold in that sentence, and let's focus on. Do you think she's trying to focus on moving forward in this speech? Yeah, they're trying to say, look, things weren't going according to plan, but we're going to move forward, and this is the deadline, and this is what's going to happen. Yeah. So let's have that kind of mindset of moving forward, solution focused. Well, this didn't work, this did, and actually we're moving onwards. Yeah. So let's see how that impacts how you say it this time.
While some points were slightly exaggerated, the feedback remains valuable for moving forward efficiently.
Excellent. The feedback remains valuable for moving forward efficiently. And you rode that gallop. If we're moving forward efficiently, similar to the chopping board, da-dum, 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 we're moving forward efficiently. Could you hear that rhythm? Can you hear it?
And
Moving
moving forward
efficiently.
efficiently.
Yeah, brilliant. And you did that naturally. So again, guys, just coming back to like our first workshop where I was holding up like the emotion and who you're talking to, when you're practicing your intonation, or indeed at this point now that you're all at in your British accent study and training, it's so important to be sure of why you're saying what you're saying. Similar to acting, right? What's your motive? What's your objective? For me, with this, even just that sentence, you're saying, like I said, this was exaggerated, not so helpful. Ugh, but don't worry, because we have got valuable information and we are moving forward, as every business wants to do, right? So you were much clearer, and I understood much clearer what you were saying. And actually, I also felt that some of your articulation and pronunciation was clearer too. Exaggerated, however, needs a bit of work. So exaggerated. Let's just quickly look at that word. Say that for me.
Exaggerated.
Yeah, exaggerated.
Exact or exact?
Yeah.
What
Exag.
exactly the
Exag.
exaggerate? Exaggerate.
Exag. Uh, a. Tid. I don't like typing out like that usually, but I think it does help sometimes. Exaggerated. Exaggerated.
Exaggerated. Exaggerated.
Yeah, exaggerated. And the stress, I think, is more on the second, on the zag. Exaggerated.
Exaggerated.
Good. And this is another kind of onomatopoeic word where you can, because what you're saying is about something being exaggerated, over the top, stretched out, lied about, maybe even blown out of proportion, it gives you more permission as the speaker of that word to employ those dynamic changes. While some points were slightly exaggerated, we can really drag it out and make it our own. While some, or we can skim over it if we want to. While some points were slightly exaggerated, the feedback remains valuable. Do you see how I brushed it aside more then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, let's just try. Let's really exaggerate the word exaggerated. Let me see how much that annoyed you, maybe, or like you think it's silly that it was exaggerated. While some points were slightly exaggerated. Have a try.
While some points were slightly exaggerated.
Brilliant. Well done. Exaggerated. Good. And exaggerated. Rather than exaggerated, can we now try exaggerated?
Exaggerated.
Yeah, exaggerated.
Exaggerated.
Yeah, good. Well done. Well done. Again, I'm just trying to get you to play around. There's no, some of them we probably wouldn't say exaggerated, but again, we might if we're being playful, depending on the situation. I just wanted to stretch and see if you could call and response that, which you did really, really well. So well done. Can we just check? Were slightly exaggerated. Can you just say were slightly?
Were slightly.
Yeah, slightly. Be careful it doesn't become slightly, slightly. Let's either get the glottal kind of stop in there on slightly, or get the T in slightly.
Slightly.
Good. Get the T in a little bit clearer for me. Slightly.
Slightly.
Yeah, I heard it that time. It might be the microphone, but I heard it that time. Well done. And then we can try the glottal slightly.
Slightly.
Good. Well done. Well done. Well done. What do you think you'd say? What suits you more, do you think?
It's easier than like slightly. It's easier than
That's easy.
slightly.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, good. Maybe make sure you do whatever feels best for you. But or sounds like it would feel best for you and your personality, but don't shy away from the challenge. If the glottal is harder, try practicing that so you got that down as well slightly. So you can do both if you need to. Does that make sense?
Yes, but what is the right version of it? The
There's no it
global
depends. I think that it depends on you and who you're talking to at that point. If I was saying it's my mum, I might be like, look, I'm slightly annoyed, slightly annoyed. I'm not making the T sound. But if I'm speaking at work and I'm talking about the colleague slightly exaggerated it, if I'm being a little bit more precise and secretive, I might use the T a bit more. So,
Mm-hmm.
not
I
secretive, but
get it.
yeah, like depending on how and the context will impact. So I want you to have both practiced, okay? Let's park you there. Is that okay for now, Elena? Have you got any questions?
That's okay. Thank you so much for your
You're
comment.
welcome. You're welcome. Fantastic. Vera, please.
Yep.
Thank you.
After conducting a thorough survey of the department's progress, we identified key deliverables that need immediate attention. A circular was sent to all teams detailing next steps and addressing concerns raised by the questionnaires in the previous meeting. While some points were slightly exaggerated, the feedback remains valuable for moving forward. We estimate that the project will be completed in approximately 2 weeks, but we must remain mindful of the team's vulnerable position during this critical phase.
Excellent, Vera. Woo! This girl, amazing. Really good. I'm going to give you a challenge. I want you to do the whole thing again. Can we add a bit of that playfulness we were finding in those other sentences, yeah? And try and imagine I mean, I don't know what you do for work, but let's imagine it's all gone to pot, but your job now is to motivate and reassure and let everyone know it's going to be okay. And look, we've had a bit of an issue. We know there's a lot of stress going around, guys, but we've got this. And let's see if we can have a little bit more of like a less professional and more personal and personable in that you're trying to rally the troops and get them, you know, we must remain mindful of the vulnerable position during this critical phase, but guys, we've got this. A little bit more of a uplifting cry, even though it's super negative. I want you to try and find the positives more. Yeah?
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
see what
I'll
happens.
try. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Give it a go. Fantastic.
After conducting a thorough survey of the department's progress, we identified key deliverables that need immediate attention. A circular was sent to all teams detailing next steps and addressing concerns raised by the questionnaires in the previous meeting. While some points were slightly exaggerated, the feedback remains valuable for moving forward. We estimate that the project will be completed in approximately 2 weeks, but we must remain mindful of the team's vulnerable position during this critical phase.
Really good. Subtle shifts, but really good. Your pitch range and variation was just slightly more extended. You were happy to kind of go thorough survey rather than thorough survey. Survey, like you were lifting things more in different places, which is great. Again, both perfectly valid. There was nothing wrong with your first version, Vera. I just wanted to see if we could change the context a little bit to see what happened to your intonation and if you could bend to that, and you did fantastically. Well done. Amazing. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, the feedback. Good. Can we try? I just want to do one more thing with you. Just the final half of it. We estimate that the project will be completed in approximately 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks is amazing and phenomenal, guys. Like we all thought this would take 8 weeks. We're gonna make it take 2 weeks. So now I want you to do that final bit of the speech. And I'd like you to really be like, drum roll, 2 weeks, almost like everyone's gonna cheer and clap and be absolutely over the moon. Okay. I want this to be really positive. Guys, we've done it. We're nearly there. It's the final stretch. Let's see if we can add some more personality in there for that section.
We estimate that the project will be completed in approximately 2 weeks, but we must remain mindful of the team's vulnerable position during this critical phase.
Excellent. Well done, well done. 2 weeks. You kind of gave it a little bit more welly, which is fantastic. Lovely. I would say so. First thing, intonation wise, Vera, I think you've kind of got like a lot of it down. It's just about keep playing and being flexible with yourself and allowing yourself to let your personality come across, like whatever that looks like to you and however the attitude is that you want to use when you're saying things. I think it's up to you to determine now. And I think similar to our first session where I was holding up the cards and things, maybe do a little bit of that just to keep yourself flexible. Because we're not always going to have to sound a certain way when we're speaking to people, right? So it is about finding that flexibility. So I just want you to keep practicing that because I can see you're doing it. It's brilliant. There was a couple of articulation or pronunciation things I just want to give you, to be honest. Oh, what did I put there? We identified key deliverables. Just say identified, please.
We identified.
Yeah, identify. Identified.
Identified.
Yeah, fide. I want a little bit more fide and not fide. Fide.
Fide.
Good. Fide. Forward and over like a rainbow. Fide.
Fide.
Good. Identified.
Identified.
Yeah. One more time. Identified. Think of it short, a little bit shorter and a little bit less tongue movement. Fide. Fide. We're not doing much at the back of the throat there. Fide. Fide.
Identified.
Yeah. Identified.
Identified.
Can you hear
Even
it?
shorter. Yeah. Identified.
Good. Good. Yeah. Does that make sense? Can I leave you with that?
Absolutely.
Again,
you.
and that's all right. And again, I think because it says FIED, we think IE, like we try and get these extra, like wedge it in, which is good practice because you can do it. But yeah, we can afford to shorten that now. Lovely. Detailing next steps. Where's that? Just say a circular sent to all team. Detailing next steps. Say that.
Detailing next steps.
Yeah, next steps. Next steps.
Next steps.
Yeah, let's make sure we've got that T kind of still half being formed. Next steps.
Next steps.
Next steps.
Next steps.
Yeah, and good correction there. You almost said steps. Yeah, next steps.
Next steps.
Yeah, better. And again, I think what will help that is trying to think that X sound, the next, even though it is at the back of the throat and it's a K kind of glottally thing. Again, we're trying to keep it forward and not bringing it back too much to make it clunky. We don't want it to be like next steps. We don't want to make it throaty and sticky. We want to make it smooth and forward. Yeah.
Next.
Next steps.
Next steps.
Yeah, good. Well done. Keep working on that. That was good.
Yep.
Lovely. Couple of other
Thank
things.
you,
That's all right. Couple more. Exaggerate.
Yeah. Exaggerated.
Yeah, exage. Be careful. It's not exage. It's exage. It's that flat A.
Exaggerated.
Yeah, it's more ugly. Exaggerated sounds quite elegant, but it's not. It's exaggerated. Again.
Exaggerated.
Yeah, better. Exaggerated. And again, rather than exaggerated, can we try exaggerated? Can we lift the end a little bit more? Exaggerated. Yeah, good. So subtle, little thing. Try again.
Exaggerated.
Rather than exaggerated. Which we're getting that robotic kind of different British intonation then. Great, lovely. And approximately. Yeah, again, so similar to what I gave, I think it was Elena earlier. We don't want to we just want to smooth out a little bit more. We don't want to necessarily just like throw it and stick it. Approximately. We don't need to do that. I want it to be a bit smoother. And again, on that X sound, if we keep it more smooth and forward, approximately, a bit more like melting butter, falling forward rather than approximately and it being quite clipped and yeah, short. Try again. Let's just try that visually and see if that helps.
Approximately.
Again?
Approximately.
Yeah. Approx. Rather than it being approx. I feel like we're bringing it back up here and hitting it up high here. Approx. A bit like a cat purring. Purr. Can we think of it more moving on the apro? It's coming here, not approx, and clicking at the back on the K sound.
Approximately.
Much better. It's such a
Mm-hmm.
subtle thing. And I think again it is enjoying that shape and sound
Mm-hmm.
about
Mm-hmm.
earlier, rather than reluctantly shying away from that and keeping the tongue high and pulling it back from it. Approximately. Try again.
Approximately.
Again.
Approximately.
Yeah, better. It's really subtle, but again, just
Mm-hmm.
keep working on that for me. Make sense?
Sure. Thank you.
Excellent. You're welcome. That was all I had for now. Poor darling Vera. Well done. Delightful. Fabulous work. Miriam, please. Yeah.
Um, After conducting a thorough survey of the department's progress, we identified the key deliverables that need immediate attention. A circular was sent to all teams detailing next steps and addressing concerns raised by the questioners in the previous meeting. While some points were slightly exaggerated, the feedback remains valuable for moving forward efficiently. We estimate that project will be completed in approximately 2 weeks, but we must remain mindful of the team's vulnerable positions during this critical phase.
I thought your intonation was brilliant, actually, love. Really, really good. You were just finding it really naturally.
You,
Did it feel natural as you're doing it?
hmm?
Did it feel natural as you were doing it, or were you really having to focus, do you think?
Quite natural, I would say.
Yeah, really good, especially to again, like as when I'm hearing you start speaking, I'm thinking like what I need to write down to, feed back to you. But then also like, especially towards the end when I was really like listening to you, like you were just, yeah, really naturally finding it. Nothing felt out of the normal. So that was really, really good. Well done. Let's do a similar exercise like what we did with Vera, actually. Let's just quickly try the 2 weeks exercise
Hmm.
in that it's amazing. Like, guys, you've done a really excellent job. We're just 2 weeks out away. We still need to be mindful, but there's a bit of can we have a bit more of an uplift and a drive of camaraderie there?
Hmm.
And again, yeah,
Yeah.
they're all expecting you to say we've got another year of this, but actually, 2 beautiful brief weeks. Okay, so let's just go back to we estimate that the project.
Yeah. Just a sec. Yeah, wait. Mm.
Oh,
So I need to give this good news that only 2 weeks. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, mhm. We estimate the project will be completed approximately 2 weeks, but we must remain mindful of the team's vulnerable position during this critical phase.
yeah, fantastic. Really, really good. 2 weeks. Everything you did was fantastic. And I think there was even like a physicality engagement there, which helped. Like, fantastic. Really, really good. Lovely. Well done. Well done. Thank you for doing that. It's really useful for me to see. I'm actually going to pick you up on something that's not in this, but you just said just a sec. Just a sec.
Yeah.
Really good. Lovely. Fantastic. British thing we say. Can you just say it again for me? Just tell me it again. Oh, just a sec, Pip. I've just got to do something.
Just a sec.
You said it more like a question there because I've asked you to do it. Say it like you would in normal conversation. Oh, just a sec.
Just a sec.
Yeah, just a sec. Just a sec. Yeah, no, it's good. Just a sec. I'll give you permission. You can drop the T a little bit more. Just a sec. Just a sec.
So drop the T.
Yeah.
Just a sec.
Yeah. Great. Really, really good. That's one you can all use, guys. If you ever need just a sec, just say just a sec. That was lovely. Well done, Miriam. Good. Right, let's come back to the actual task.
Thank you.
I was like, oh, look at her go. Fabulous. So thorough, not thorough. Or
Ah,
you did you used the O,
I
but it's
think
thorough.
thorough. I think I said thorough.
Yeah, thorough. So thorough.
Thorough.
Some people I think will say thorough. I think that's more American. And there's another American actually
Mm.
ism that you put in there that actually I forgot to pick up on Vera because when you said it, I was like, oh, Vera did that, and I want to talk about that. Yeah, can we just try thorough?
Thorough.
Thorough, yeah, like a thoroughfare. Um,
Thorough.
thorough. Thorough. And if you're gonna say thorough. I think it's still, rather than thorough, it's still thorough. Thorough.
Thorough.
Thorough.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I personally, my age, my upbringing, would say thorough. I had a thorough look around.
Thorough.
I had a thorough examination
Easier to
of
say.
that. Yeah, I think so.
Thorough.
But again, you might hear that differently around. It'd be interesting actually to see what James thinks of that. Because I feel like he works in a bit of
Mhm.
a different, he might have a different thought on that actually, because being British as well. But okay, good. Done that one. Pick. The department. Survey of the department. Just say the first sentence for me again, up to progress. Sorry.
Mhm. After conducting a thorough survey of the department's progress,
Again, do the whole thing again.
after conducting a survey of the department's progress.
Oh, you cut out quite a lot. Sorry. Do it one more time for me.
Ah, yeah, no problem. So after conducting a thorough survey of department's progress, do you
Department.
hear me well?
Yeah, I could hear you then. I don't know. I don't think this is why I wrote it down initially. I think the departments. Be careful again on that. The departments, the departments. It's less again sharp and flat. The departments thing.
Department thing.
Yeah, keep it
Departments.
more on the same level rather than of the
Okay.
departments. The
Mhm.
departments. Yeah. The department's progress.
The department's progress.
Yeah, and actually I think even though it's one of those kind of filler words that we know we don't have to put too much stress on, I think I think that's it. I think you dropped it a bit actually when you said it. That's right. I've circled it. I remember now. So yeah, it was more, I think you said after conducting a thorough survey of department's progress. I don't think you even said the initially. I'm not sure unless it cut out,
Mm,
but just make sure we're not
maybe.
dropping those really important because the minute you drop them, the minute we know you're not British. So the second we know you're not British. So again, it's just, and I think there was another one towards the end actually that you might have dropped. We'll complete it. I can't remember what it is, but again, that was just the only other thing I would say, and it might have been just that the video was cutting out because you are a little bit in and out today, so it might have just been that.
Mhm.
But bear that in mind. Good. And can we just actually quickly look at conducting? It almost sounds like you're saying conducting.
Conducting.
Yeah, conducting. Ting. And again, even though it is the NG at sound at the end and it is at the back of the throat, can you try and think about rather than sending it backwards, sending it forward, conducting?
Conducting.
Yeah, again, conduct.
Conducting.
Yeah, ting. It's about keeping it a little bit lighter and softer and more forward.
Mhm.
Conducting.
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 Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I didn't
you.
pick up on that before, but it was because I think I got you to say it 1,000 times just then. Yeah. So the Americanism. So this is for you, Vera, as well, actually. Detailing. That's so American. I've never said detailing or detail. What's the detail? Or if I do, I'm doing it as a joke because I'm trying to be playful. Okay, so detail. 1, 2.
Detail.
Yeah. So
Detail.
yeah, it was detailing.
Detailing.
Yeah. So
Detailing.
it's just it's not schwaring it. It's making sure you still give it the anchoring it needs. Vera, did you get that as well? Yeah. Yeah, awesome. And again, maybe if you're working with American clients, it will come out, it happens to like in meetings and stuff, you do pick up on other people's ways of doing things, so it's fine. But yeah, I would never say detailing unless I was being playful and
Mhm.
trying to be American.
Detail.
Yeah, and then what estimate? Yeah, we estimate. We estimate.
We estimate.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is we estimate. We estimate.
Uh-huh.
We
Ah,
estimate.
we estimate. We
Yeah.
estimate.
Mate. And again on mate, actually, mate. Can we have a
Estimate.
more of a canoe boat tongue rather than a bit more of a high tongue? We estimate.
Estimate.
Mate.
We estimate.
Better. Yeah, not mate.
Mate. Mate. Mate.
Yeah, we
Mate. We estimate. Estimate.
Yeah. Very subtle, tiny thing, but it just needed a bit more of that
Mm-hmm.
lowering.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Really,
Thank
really
you
good.
very much.
You're welcome. We'll park you there. And it looks like Anastasia's run away. Where's she gone? Never mind. Move on to the other things. Okay, let's have a look. So I did do a few other little phrases. We did a couple of these before. Oh, she's back, is she? She's returned. I thought she got scared. She's back. Hello. Anastasia, you're muted. Do you want to do it quickly, Anastasia? Or are you not gonna
Yeah, just a sec, I said. Just a sec.
Ah, yeah, well done. Love
Sorry,
it.
yeah.
No problem. Have you got it? Shall I pop it
Yeah.
back in there? Oh, no, that's the other one. Hang on.
Uh,
Those are the next ones.
yeah, could you please return because my
There you go.
laptop died. Yeah, perfect.
R.I.P.
So, should I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okie dokie. After conducting a thorough survey of the department's progress, we identified key deliverables that need immediate attention. A circular was sent to all teams detailing next steps and addressing concerns raised by the questioners in the previous meeting. While some points were slightly exaggerated, the feedback remains valuable for moving forward efficiently. We estimate that the project will be completed in approximately 2 weeks, but we must remain mindful of the team's vulnerable positions during this critical phase.
Yeah, really good. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I want you to do it all again, and I want a little bit more variation now. So, similar to what I was kind of giving Vera and Miriam as well, but I want a little bit more. Um, can we find the effective, I think I talked about pauses actually with you before, pauses and moments to let the person that you're, and this is something I say in my acting coaching sessions all the time, guys, but like we have to stop to let the other person understand what we're saying. I can talk for England, right? But I have to stop when I'm in these coaching sessions. I stop for a moment and ask you, is it clear? And I'm looking at you. I'm trying to
Mhm.
feed and get a response off you. I know this is an exercise. I know you're reading it. I know it's not really in the office and a real meeting you're in or whatever. But there still needs to be, when we've got full stops there, when we've got moments of information that need to land with the other person where they can absorb it and go, ah, tick, understood. You got to give them that moment to breathe. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
want you,
sure.
again, you were really professional and you were going through it and it was good intonation generally. But now, again, I want us to find a little bit more texture in there and a little bit more awareness of the fact that these people have got to take this information on board. And so we can keep it professional, but let me understand the information. Give me a moment to absorb it before you just go on to the
Yeah,
next thing. Try again.
okay. Yeah. After conducting a thorough survey of the department's progress, we identified key deliverables that need immediate attention. A circular was sent to all teams detailing next steps and addressing concerns raised by the questioners in the previous meeting. While some points were slightly exaggerated, the feedback remains valuable for moving forward efficiently. We estimate that the project will be completed in approximately 2 weeks, but, but we must remain mindful of the team's vulnerable position during this critical phase.
Brilliant. Well done. Really well done. Could you feel anything different there doing it?
Well, yeah.
Good. Oh, good. I thought you did really well,
Yeah,
really, really well. You were plucking out again, guys. This is really important with intonation. Like you got to pluck out the words that people need to get at the beginning. You came in with a really good intention of it. After conducting a thorough survey of the department's progress, you were spelling it out more for me, and I needed that. So it was such a subtle shift, but it change the intonation so differently and subtly but so differently that helped me follow along with what you're saying more. Okay.
mm,
So
mhm.
really, really good. We'll park that there for now, but I thought you did really well then. Department, not department, department.
Departments
Yeah, of the department's progress.
of the department's progress.
Yeah. And be careful not to let the tongue on the T become, it is just the tip of the tongue making the T shape, department, or going to make the T shape. We don't really department. I don't really say the T much, but I still kind of go to make the T shape. Try not to let the
Hmm.
whole, I don't want, it should be this bit of the tongue, not like all of it, because what I'm hearing is department. Like it's like your tongue, your whole tongue is lifting a bit too quick for me to enjoy the
So
art.
the first T we do not pronounce, yeah? The
I
first T we
department,
don't
depart,
pronounce.
depart. It's almost
Department,
yeah, it's not a
glottal.
glottal as such, but it is department. Department. I'm not
Department,
yeah, department. Can you see my tongue is slipping in, but I'm not making a t sound. Department.
yeah.
Department.
Department,
Good. Well done. Lovely.
yeah.
Much better.
Department,
Yeah. Brilliant. Did you identify what you did then? Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent. Department. Yeah, next step again, similar to I think Vera with this one as well. Next steps. Just say, yeah, next steps.
Next steps,
Yeah, next steps. Next step.
next steps.
I
So
think
we like T, we drop T. Next
yeah, you
steps.
can. I think actually as well it is next steps. It's the next steps. I think the stress needs to be more on the next. I think that's what I'm
Yeah,
needing
yeah,
wanting.
yeah. Ah, okay. Next
It's not just,
steps.
yeah, it's not just the steps to do it. These are the next steps that we need to take.
Yeah, next steps.
Yeah, do the whole a circular was sent to all teams detailing next steps.
Hmm. A circular was sent to all teams detailing next steps.
Mm.
Next steps.
Yeah, it's just a little subtle thing again, but making sure the stress
Next.
is
Yeah,
again. And yeah, guys, always play around with that. Like, oh, if I took that word away, how would I say it? Oh, okay, I need that word in there. Like it's the next ones that are most important. We've done 1,000 steps already, but the next steps are what are most crucial in this situation. Yeah. So I'm going to stress that word a little bit more when it comes to rhythm and intonation. Make sense?
yeah.
Kushti. Valuable. Just say valuable.
Valuable.
Valuable. Yeah. Valuable.
Valuable.
Better. Yeah. Valuable.
Valuable.
Yeah. Fine. Thank you. Exaggerated as well. That's a good word that we all need a bit of work on.
Exaggerated.
Yeah, good.
Exaggerated.
Yeah, exaggerated. Be careful as well, exaggerated. Try not to let it pull back and lose itself. I think with exaggerated, again, keep it forward for me and keep it
Yeah,
the
okay.
whole word alive. Don't pull back on it.
Yeah, exaggerated.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Brilliant. Efficiently.
Efficiently.
Yeah, efficiently. Efficiently.
Efficiently.
I'd like a bit more efficiency in how you say it. So rather than efficiently, 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 effort,
Efficiently.
easily. Try again.
Efficiently.
Yeah,
Efficiently.
efficiently, efficiently,
Efficiently.
yeah, efficiently.
Efficiently.
And rather than efficiently, even though it's spelt with an E, can we try
Yeah.
efficiently, a schwa at the top?
Efficiently.
Yeah,
Efficiently.
it's efficient.
Efficient. Efficiently.
Yeah, efficiently. Make sure that we
Efficiently.
don't, with that T, efficiently, I do need that dentalized or glottaled, that one. Efficiently.
Efficiently.
Yeah. And actually, I feel like you're giving me level like 9 out of 10 on the F, but I want a level 6 out of 10 on the F. Efficiently.
Efficiently. Efficiently.
Efficiently.
Efficiently.
Good.
Efficiently.
And when we right, so what I'm also it's much better, thank you. You did what I'm asking. It's now the shunt. I want it to be like a shunt. You know that action where you got your feet on the floor and you like shunt along. I need that now efficiently. There's like a shunt in there. Efficiently.
Efficiently.
Better. Thank you. Efficiently.
Efficiently.
Yeah, efficiently.
Efficiently.
Great. You can hit the T if you want to efficiently. Efficiently. In fact, I don't think anyone would say that in contemporary British, efficiently, unless you're quite
So
heightened on
without T.
without the T, but you still need the shunt, like the shunt kind of
Efficiently.
energy.
Efficiently.
Efficiently. Yeah, it's the
Efficiently.
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 Efficiently, but make sure you got a shouldn't in there.
Efficiently.
Efficiently, yeah, better. You did do it quite a few times, and then we started to go efficiently. It's not efficiently, it's efficiently. There's a shouldn't. There's an energetic shouldn't in there. Shouldn't.
Efficiently.
Yeah, that's it. I think I overcomplicated it a little bit, but you did it spot on. Any questions?
No, thanks a lot.
Great. You're welcome. Splendid. Guys, that was brilliant. I think you're all amazing. In terms of time, I have got another session shortly, so I'm going to have to wrap it up there. But if you've got any other questions, just go into the group chat and I can get back to you. But is this the final week of the intonation? It is the last time I'm seeing you anyway, isn't it? Oh,
The last lesson.
oh, boo-hoo.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for always being super like approachable and coachable and open-minded and focused as well, because like you get more, you can see like with your progress you get more out of it the more you put in, and like I can see that you're all putting in, so really well done. I know we didn't go through the other little phrases, but they're in the chat and you can have a little practice or send them through if you want to. But if you have got any other like kind of quick questions, just don't be afraid to message in the chat. I don't know if it'll be kept open or not, but just drop me a message if there is anything quick that you need extra guidance on. But I'm super proud of you all, and you're all smashing it and should feel really confident in your ability because you're all amazing. So well done. Good to see you.
Thank you, Pippa. It was an amazing experience.
Thank you.
Good. Me too.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys. Good to see you. Take care of yourselves.
You too.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.